dear.
You don't know Cam Newton.
No, I ain't got you on that. I ain't got you on that. But I did have what you said earlier about what happened. I'm going to use that, what you said earlier about what happened after the game. Yeah.
He confused everybody.
Everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Check-In. Y'all, we're here in season 6. We're talking about being built different. And I'm your host, NeAndre Broussard. On today's episode, we've got Super Bowl champ. We've also got podcast host, my guy, Mr. TJ Ward. TJ, man, welcome to the set, brother.
What's going on? What's going on? Thanks for having me.
Man, thank you for being here. And I feel really honored because I'm just collecting that Super Bowl 50 defense. You know what I mean? Having you to come represent as well. I've also been able to have B. Marsh has been a guest. Duke Inacho has been a guest. Omar Boda's been a guest. So me being able to rub shoulders with 4 Super Bowl champs, I feel kind of honored, man. So again, I really appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, no doubt, man. You had some 4 well-rounded brothers on the show, man.
Yes, sir.
Dogs, though, for
yes,
sure,
sir.
Man. Great guys, man.
Nah, man. Well, I want to start the episode the same way. I always ask this to get us going, man. What is one quote that you heard, that you live by, something that really, really resonated with you? It could have been something you heard as a young man or as a slightly older man as we get older every year. What's one quote, brother, that really hit you that you live by?
When you first asked me, I'm like, man, I'm really not a quote guy. I don't know quotes, but, now that the lights done hit, I would say that hard work outworks talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Yeah, for sure.
My dad used to always preach to me about how important it was to be a hard worker and be persistent in whatever you're doing, because you rarely will have immediate success, right? You always got to work and push through certain thresholds and downfalls to get to where you want to be. So that's definitely one that's always stuck with me.
Yeah, man, and especially in the industry that you were in and playing sports, and that's one of those things where you look at. I've seen a lot of I've heard a lot of stories as coaches talk about, man, there was this one player that he was so good, but he ain't put the work in. You know what I mean? He had the talent. If he'd have put the work in, he'd got so much further, but he just didn't.
And growing up, I never was the most talented, right? So it stuck even harder because, like you said, you grow up with your kids and adolescents that's so talented, and they just oozing with talent. But for whatever reason, they don't make it because they don't, have that persistency, or they just don't have the work ethic. And it's happened a million times.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I mean, you had the work ethic, took you to the league. You know what I mean? I want to get into the mind of a Super Bowl champ, right? Go back to your very first NFL game. What's going through your mind as you all right, man, we just strapped the pads on.
Yeah.
Standing in the tunnel. What's going through your mind at that time?
Man, if you ever seen the movie Any Given Sunday, right, with Jamie Foxx and Al Pacino, it was like when Jamie Foxx got the call that he was finna start playing after the starting quarterback got hurt.
Yeah.
And it was just a montage of just color blurs and sounds and helmets cracking, and that's how my first game was, coming out the tunnel, standing on the sideline before the game. I didn't throw up, but
right,
it was just like that. And it's crazy because we were playing Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that's the team I ended my career with. So I started playing against Tampa Bay, and I ended playing for Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
But just being on the sideline, I was with the Cleveland Browns at this point, I got drafted by the Cleveland Browns in the second round. So I just remember them coming out. They had the pirate ship with the cannons firing. They had a big, Buccaneers flag and cheerleaders over here, and your teammates talking mess to their teammates. And there was just so much going on, man. I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. This is way more intense than college. It's a whole nother level. But then when you get on the field, it's silence. It's like, okay, this is the peace, right? This is where I'm at home at. This is where I'm comfortable. And you can sometimes hear a pin drop while you're on the field. But it's loud as hell in the stadium now, but it's like you don't hear nothing when you're playing.
Wow.
And that's the best way to describe it.
That's it's like you laser focused. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Was it really one of those things? And as I look at, as we just got out of this past NFL season, you see, your rookie wave that comes in, and as you look at those guys, and it's like take a couple of games to catch up to the speed, and then once you catch up to the speed, it's like does it kind of become second nature where it's like, all right, I've been playing all my life, like this ain't.
Man, you know what? For me, I hopped in it. I was rolling.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel I had really too many speed adjustments, maybe some timing adjustments, like, at certain points knowing when to, look for the quarterback or take your eyes off the receiver and look for the ball. Just a couple timing things. But the speed, no, I probably had one of my best games my first game.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Like I had a forced fumble, man. I had a couple big hits. Almost had an interception. And I knew, I'm like, okay, I could be really good in the NFL. Like it just felt like I said, it felt like I had been doing it at that level forever.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
No, I like that, man. You just got, you settled in. You're like, all right, this is what I'm here for.
Yeah, definitely. Like it was some Shador.
Yeah.
Like,
come on.
Y'all been looking for me.
Perfect
for real.
timing. Yeah.
And yeah, man, it was a great feeling just to walk away from that game, making big plays and being the player they expected when they drafted me. Like, that's probably the best feeling. It's like, okay, y'all drafted me. You had these expectations. I'm meeting them and superseding them. So, yeah, it was definitely, you take me back, man. That's a long time ago.
Yeah. So what about, like, from a confidence mindset, like, how important is that, like, on the field, just to know, like, I'm him? And I know when you think about football, it's very much it's a skill game, but it's very much a mental game as well, right? Like, how much of that confidence plays into that?
Man, it's probably one of the key components in being successful, especially in the NFL. Everybody got confidence. You coming from college, where most guys was him in college, and then if you take him back to high school, everybody in the NFL was him in high school, right? So, it's probably different levels to that confidence level, and it grows as your career progresses, and game by game, week by week, and you can have your confidence shattered at any point, right? So you can have this high level of confidence, and 2-3 weeks go by, you not playing well, and now your confidence is down here.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that mental strength to reach back and remember who you are, then you could lose it forever.
Yeah.
And now you see that with guys, like they have one stumble and they lose that confidence, they ain't never the same player again.
Yeah. Yeah, you do see that. Fortunately for you, you didn't have to experience that aspect of things.
I did. I had my pitfalls. Like in practice, never really too much in the game. Or I had a couple games where I was like, dang, I need to do some things to change. But I think maybe at times I got overconfident, and then that overconfident made me digress or regress in certain aspects, whether it was focus, work ethic, certain things like that, coachability. And coach was like, hey, we sitting you. And I was like, oh, hell no, I ain't like that. It was only like doing a practice week. It wasn't even like a start or nothing. It was just doing practice. And I'm like, nah, I ain't coming off the bench. Like, And from that point in my career, it was probably my rookie year or my second year, I was like, nah, I'll never have this feeling where I get benched again. So, yeah, it's all about how you bounce back from things.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Well, everybody don't make it to the Super Bowl. Everybody don't win a Super Bowl. Like, take me through that, cause I ain't never won a Super Bowl. Shoot, I ain't never been close enough. I watched a lot of them on TV, but like to be in that clock hit zero, like, what do
for me, it was like a deja vu. And I know that sounds crazy, like how you have deja vu of winning the Super Bowl. But like my first football memory was watching the Super Bowl. And I think it was probably like Buffalo, Dallas, one of them games in the early 90s. Right? I'm an 86 kid. So when I started really watching football or even knowing what it was around that time, the early 90s. And then by the mid-90s, I'm a fan, you know? So I think it was just watching the confetti fall and, like, those players holding their kids and kissing their wives and celebrating with their moms and dads and other members of their family, and it just kind of took me back to that. Like, damn, I'm really doing that same thing.
Yeah,
it was cool. It was cool. I had my brother and my sister, my dad, my mom's, my grandma was there, and you know, I'm from the Bay, so winning it in the Bay, in the Niner Stadium. I grew up a Niner fan.
Yeah,
it was just like everything coming back home, right, where it all started. So it was amazing. It was amazing.
How you celebrate?
Man, I celebrated that whole off season, probably too much. But you know, we started off we started off just at the stadium, and then we got back to the hotel, you know, kissed my aunties and, you know, shake my uncle's hands, and a couple of my cousins was there. And then we hit the streets. Boom. You know, we was in the city.
Yeah.
Went to one of the clubs out there. I think Lil Wayne was hosting for us. And it was so crowded, bro. We couldn't even get in there. So it was almost like the celebration wasn't as fun as I thought it was going to be. You know, we turned up still, but it was so damn crowded. We couldn't even really enjoy our space and enjoy, like, our company. So a couple of my teammates even left. They was like, man, this is too much. We out. So, but me being in my hometown, it was like, I pretty much set it up for everybody. I had to stay, but it was still cool. Then we went straight from the club or that night to the hotel, grab our stuff, went straight to the flight back to Denver. And then as soon as we got to Denver, we had the parade. So it was no sleep at all. Like, and then after we had the parade in Denver, I think I hightailed it back here to L.A., and, man, I was back between L.A. and the Bay all off season and then hitting different spots. Man, I didn't sit down. Yeah. Like, I didn't sit down that whole off season. I should have been training more, but, you know.
Yeah.
You live and learn. But, you know, like you said, man,
enjoy it. Yeah.
Man, I was on tour.
Yeah.
I told my brother, I said, man, if we win this Super Bowl, I'm going to be on tour. And we were sharing a spot during the off season. We had a house out in San Ramon. And I'm like, brother, you ain't never gonna see me. I'm about to be in and out. Yeah, so, and I was. Yeah, but it was a great time. No, I still got my work in though.
Yeah, right. I mean, you think about it. You know, one of the things is when we work for something so hard and then we attain it. A lot of times we kind of as people that kind of like set consistent goals. Sometimes you overlook it, like, I really did it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so being able to actually celebrate and appreciate it is something that I find that we often overlook.
Nah, for sure. You definitely have to live in that moment. And even when we had the 10-year anniversary this past season, man, with all the fellas was like, hey, man, like, I know it's been 10 years, but we won the chip. Like, we really won this. Like, because it wasn't like one of those teams where we made the NFC or AFC championship and lost, or like we was in the playoffs the year and then lost, and we was just, well, they went to the Super Bowl, and then the next year we went first round playoff exit, and then we won the Super Bowl the very next year. But for me, it was like I came to Denver, we had that first round exit, and then we won a chip, and then the next year we didn't even make the playoffs. Yeah. So that was definitely crazy, and I was in Cleveland before. I never made the playoffs, never had a winning season. So it was all really a lot of success in 2 years of my career. Yeah. And then it was over with. So
that's that's got to be interesting on the mind, right? And we talked about like the mental fortitude that players have to have, but like for you as the star defensive player on these teams, it's like, man, how we rack up these wins? Like how do you deal with that mentally, to say like I'm out here doing my job every day and I'm putting my work in every day. Can't nobody tell me I'm not, but you're not getting the wins that you looking for.
Man, it was tough in Cleveland, man. But even when we had a successful defense, like we were top 5, I think my My last year for sure we was top 5. We may have been top 10 my third year in Cleveland, but the offense just could never get it together. And that was the most frustrating part is like, man, you guys not only are not helping us win, you're making us lose in a lot of cases, like turning the ball over or, whatever, situations like that, right? Putting us in bad field position. It was just a lot to deal with. And it was okay coming in as a young pup, like first, second year, you just experienced the NFL, you happy to be there. Man, I wasn't even supposed to make it to the league, right? So you enjoying all that, but about you get into professionalism and like you said, coming to work every day, having responsibilities, you doing your job, and it's out of your control. It's the worst thing. Like, I'd rather be responsible for our success and responsible for our failures. That's the type of person I am. Put it on my back, and I can handle what comes after. But when it's out of your hands, it's the ownership, the management, the coaches, it's like, wait a minute. Now, y'all not doing what you're supposed to do from the top down. And that's what makes it so frustrating. It's like year in, year out, we had these players, we come to work every day, we busting our ass. Can I cuss on there?
Yeah, you fine.
So,
you good,
And the ownership and management is not handling. It's like, this is your team. You own it. Like, how can you not be doing everything to put us in the best situations to win? And I just got tired of it. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to be back here. Even if they didn't even, like Cleveland, they didn't offer me another contract. I'm not glad they didn't. They should have, but I wasn't probably going to accept
on it.
I was out of there. Because it come down to like mental health at that time. Mental wellness is like, I ain't never lost as much in my whole entire playing football than I have in these 3 years. And I said, bro, I can't do it.
But that's you never think about that from the outside looking in, right? Like from a fan looking at the game, you think about what players go through in regards to that. Like I said, if you lost more games in 3 years than you lost in 18 years playing the game before, so that's definitely got to be something difficult, something tough to deal with.
Yeah, man, I was ranting in the media, and then I was rubbing off on my teammates because they was like, shit, TJ feel this way, we feel this way. We gonna vocalize it, even if they weren't very vocal players, right? I'm always been vocal. That's probably why I didn't play 15 years, because I know that's why I didn't play 15 years, because I just, I speak my mind in a lot of situations, especially when I see things going a way that they not supposed to go, right? And I just can't help it. I can't help it. I don't even got a big mouth. I'm so passionate about things that I be in and I'm involved with it. And if it's not clocking how it's supposed to be clocking, it's got to be said. I'm sorry.
Look, as a vocal player, were you after the game, after the Super Bowl, were you one of the ones that was in there when Kale was doing his interview and y'all was there?
Nah, that was my dog Chris. I was in there with him. He was sitting next to me, but Chris, he gonna bark. That's what I loved about our team in Denver. Like, we had so many different personalities, but the same personalities at the same time. That's what made our defense and our team overall just so cohesive, right? We all had a certain mentality, like I just mentioned, like, we'll take responsibility for the success and we'll take responsibility for the failures. And it is what it is. Like, that's how it's gonna go. And, that's why we got along so well. But Chris gonna let you know, like, what's up. And after that win, because they was talking so bad about us, and, they had the number one offense, number two defense coming in, and we couldn't do this and that. It's like, all right. So when that game ended, a lot of us was in there just talking normal, and Chris was like, and he got a high-pitched voice. He's like, man, and Cam was on the other side like, man, but look, y'all was doing all that talking before. Now you got to hear us talk when we win. Take it on the chin. We kicked y'all ass. Straight up. And it was a beautiful thing. And I'm glad Chris got off. I'm not really a boaster and bragger per se like that. Like, I might do it a little on a humbler side, but I'm glad Chris did it for all of us.
For y'all, one thing.
Because we was all feeling that same way.
Man. That's the balance of teammates. when you think about like some of them battles you went into on the field, like was there a team where you like, oh man, you always geared up and ready to play them, or was it kind of like everybody was the same? It didn't matter who you lined up.
Man, everybody could get it, but really New England, man, because Tom Brady and what they have done in this league over the past 10 years. At that point, it was either them or us. And I had never really been a part of that type of rivalry in the NFL. We were in Cleveland, the Steelers are your rival and the Ravens, but like we was always the bottom end, the backside of that rivalry because we just didn't have the playoffs appearances, let alone playoff success, let alone any championship.
Yeah.
So it was like a rivalry, but like, come on, man, like
still a little bro.
We got our little licks here, we got our wins here and there, like. But like you said, shit, I was a part of a lot of those victories we had over them boys. Like whether it's we played Pittsburgh and I caused 3 turnovers myself, right? That helped us win that game.
Yeah.
And we barely won, or we go into Baltimore, or they come into Cleveland and. We stopped and shut down Ray Rice and Joe Flacco. I got a sack and a pick, or whatever. It's like, I'm going to do everything in my power to help us win them games. And shit, you got to do that every game to get a win. And still, when you had them type of games, you still lose. It's like, damn, I'm having these games. I got 2 interceptions and we lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's like, after having the lead and another player had a pick and we still lose. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
So that's when I realized, like, the NFL is not like college or high school where if you make all the plays, you got a good chance of winning the game. It's like you can make all the plays and still lose.
That's, like I say, that comes back to now that professionalism got to kick in, where it's like off the field versus on the field. Like, man, that's tough. You do everything that you can. Typically, you get the results that you want, but you're relying on full team.
Full team.
And that's one thing about football versus, other games that I've noticed. Like football, it's gotta be a full team effort, both sides, in most cases to get you a win. Versus basketball, shoot, you got a couple dogs on there.
Yeah.
2 can beat 5.
Nah, really,
but football, 2 can't beat 22.
Nah, not at all. Like you see these great players where Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Cam Newton and these quarterbacks that they like to give all the credit for, but it don't matter if your defense trash, that other quarterback gonna score just as many points as you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, it be like that. So that's why you see these great players or receivers that don't have good quarterbacks. And you got all this talent at receiver and you ain't got nobody to throw them the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it'd be a tough spot. You be seeing these receivers who bitching and crying about certain things, but you see it like, even take Justin Jefferson in Minnesota, right? His first couple years, he had a quarterback giving him the ball.
Yeah.
This past year, he got that rookie, ain't giving him the ball. He ain't heard from him, have you? It ain't like he got worse.
Right.
He ain't got nobody giving him the ball.
Right.
So it's like you said, the complete team effort. Even go to the coaches. Like in hoop, ISO, let LeBron score. Everybody get out the way.
Yeah.
It ain't that in football. Your coach better be calling some good plays. Your coordinators better be calling some good defensive calls and matching up and creating good matchups for you to win. So it go past the 22.
Yeah.
It go to 25, 26. You need them sideline guys with the headsets to do their thing too.
Yeah. When you think about today's game, right? Cause I know we knocking on 40, so
yeah, I'm real. Oh shit, and I don't got the door cracked.
Yeah. So but I think y'all when you played, it's still today's game, right? Like if we go back and we would have picked a few legends. Let me see. All right, of these four guys, who do you think can play in today's game and still be as successful as they were when they was playing? Let's say Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Deion Sanders, Troy Polamalu.
I think out of all those guys, who would be the least successful, and it has nothing to do with the skill, it just has to do with the rules. And I'll probably say Deion. Just because the ability to put your hands on receivers, how they call and holding and PIs, just doesn't go for a pass, DB, or corner. Right?
Got you.
In today's game.
Got you.
Everything is tailored to the receiver. Like you heard Michael Irvin go on that rant a little bit ago about talking about how the receivers today couldn't play in that
physical
game before.
Game. Yeah.
And that's a fact. Like he said, man, we was going in the middle to pain.
Yeah.
I had to catch the ball in pain. Like I never caught a ball behind the line of scrimmage. And that's a fact. Like it's a lot of screens being thrown that these guys is running and getting yardage from. They not running them digs and them slants where you got somebody like myself or Ronnie Lott or Troy Polamalu coming down, Brian Dawkins knocking your top off.
Yeah.
Like, and if you do, it's 15 yards and a first down, and then now I got to pay a fine. And I'm like, I ain't doing that no more.
Right.
Like, shoot,
right.
I'm taking my game check.
Right.
Like, and it's happened to me. Like, I had to tailor my whole game to, you know, instead of hitting guys where I'm like, okay, I'm going to knock you out, I'm hitting you low. And it's going to maybe hurt a little bit less, but I had situations where I took guys out for the season, like Grunt, and tore his ACL. But in past times, I would have knocked his helmet off.
So they just switched.
You know, it goes like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, Irvin would probably be better. Moss would be better. I say Troy would probably be around the same for a safety. Maybe because the game is so spread out now, he may be a little less efficient just because he was a bigger, strong safety, you know, and I don't think Troy covered man-to-man as well, where a lot of DBs and safeties now, they make it cover man-to-man, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, definitely the defense side of the ball would be less successful.
Got you. That's a fair point. Like they have changed the game
For sure.
a lot. Points, you know, I think the thing that they say now, like they trying to run the points up. They want the game to be more. So if I can help to benefit that from a way of making the ball move forward more often than I can, that's probably what the mindset they took in building those kind of rules that help to support.
But even if you look at the game now, you have your 44-point game sometimes, like your high 30 mid, but really, it's still a 20 to 27 point winning, number. Like that's where the average, wins come in right now, especially late in the season. 28, you don't really see 28 4-touchdown games like that. So whatever is happening, I think it's kind of that style of football where nothing was being called, just let the receivers go and let the offense score all these points. It's not very entertaining. Like you want to see some type of still level of competition. Right? You don't want to go out there and see the defense just giving up points every week. Like I want to see some violence. Like football is violent. You want to see receivers get cracked. You want to see quarterbacks get hit. You want to see all that violent part is like the gladiator part of the sport. If it's not, then let's just put a flag on.
For sure.
And make it basketball on grass.
For sure. That's true. That's true. So, fast forward through your career, we go to retirement. I hate to repeat the question, but how did that feel? Right? Like retiring, like, all right, well, I ain't doing this no more. Time to transition out of the game. Like, how do players deal with that?
Man, I don't care who you are and what level of success you reach playing this game. You have a difficulty with retirement. Like, it's a shell shock because you've been doing this your whole life. And, people from the outside in say, well, you got all this money and well, it ain't about the money. Like, we play this game because we love it. So if you love something and all of a sudden it's gone, you can put it on anything. Like family, friend, food. You like chocolate cake? Can't have it no more. For the rest of your life. And so it goes to that. And then not only is something you love, it's a lifestyle. You do it from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. So it's something I do every day. I've done it for the last 20 years, and all of a sudden it's gone. So, some people handle it better than others, but everyone has difficulties. I don't care who I talk to. Hall of Famers had greatest careers, still have difficulty with it. And you see it every day, year to year. Especially like whether it's, finding other ways to pour that passion into, or finding something else to pour your passion into. A lot of guys, their relief may be alcohol. Their relief may be shopping, spending the money. Their relief may be, unfortunately, still being violent in other issues, other factors of their life and the people around them.
Yeah.
So it's all about coping with it and handling a certain way. But I haven't met one player ever that just was like, oh yeah, I'm cool with retirement. It was great, and I had no issues. Like not one.
Yeah. I mean, we even saw the GOAT. I mean, Tom Brady retired, but it was like, hey, nah, I'm gonna go back and do this. Like, I can't.
Phillip Rivers just got signed.
Yeah, right.
44.
Yeah.
And he retired on his own terms. Like, hey, I'm done playing. But it's like, damn, am I done? Like, do I got another year?
If somebody need me, somebody need me.
He got grandkids.
Yeah.
Literally, he got 10 kids and grandkids. He like, Colts called him up. Hey, we down a quarterback or two. We want you to come back. Oh, I'm on the way.
Yeah.
I'm on the way.
Yeah.
So that tells you what this game means to all of us.
Then and I asked you then, like, once you retired, how did you find joy? Like, how did you find something else to be able to put your passion into?
Oh man, I had my son, and that's what really. So when I left Tampa Bay that last year, I thought I was gonna get a job the very next year without a problem. Like, I had just was in the Pro Bowl the year before. I got to Tampa. It was some ups and downs just within that organization. And like I said, I'm a vocal person. And I'm like, yo, this ain't it.
Yeah.
Like, this is not how you win. And I was lied to about why what my responsibility was going to be on that team, from the coaches from the D coordinator and the head coach. Oh, yeah, we want you to come in, be a leader, be vocal, get the guys going, and yada, 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 yada. When I got there, they had me rotating with some other, like, I'm like, bro, y'all got me rotating with a player that's not on my level. Like, what is this about?
Mm-hmm.
And that just kind of put me, I was like in a depression kind of before I even got to retirement. That whole year in Tampa, I was depressed, man. I didn't shave I looked like Castaway. Like, I ain't shaved my beard, mustache, my dreads was untwisted, my locks, excuse me.
You look like a real Florida boy at that point, though.
No, real life. Real life. I had an accident. So, that was hard to deal with. And then I feel like, man, they railroaded me on some issues with I had some marijuana in my house.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the way I was coping with what I was going through. I wasn't drinking. I was just sitting at the house smoking, chilling, go to work.
Yeah.
And somehow the police came into my house, my little condo I had, and tried to railroad me. I wasn't even home. I was at practice. And then they left, whatever, took my merchandise. And then I'm asleep. They come back tonight and try to, like, corner me into a confession. I'm like, bro, I wasn't even here. I don't know where y'all got that from, right? So I talked to the team and the team security and make sure that I have to lawyer up for this situation or what's going on.
Yeah.
And they promised me, like, we've handled it. Everything is good. Don't worry about it. Just worry about football. We talked to the police station and everything. And, since they confiscated it and just left, you'll be all good. Don't worry about it. So I'm like, all right, bet. I got back to work. The night after the last game was New Year's Eve. So we went out New Year's Eve. I came home probably around 2 or 3, I got about an hour, 2 hours of sleep, man. I had the police knocking at my door that next morning, man. They came in and arrested me on possession. It took me to the station, booked me, all types. I was like, yo, what is this? Like, so I think that's another reason why the next year, I mean, you could say I didn't get a job. I mean, it's obviously part of the reason. And that was pretty much it. Like, I was out the next year I had set out, and I'm like, damn, I never thought I'd sit out a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the next year came, and I sat out that whole year. I'm like, yo, I'm watching football. It's bums out there playing. I'm like, I'm really been out of the ball for 2 years. And then after the second year, I just had my son. So I just had my son, go back to what your question was, and I got a call from the Cardinals. They wanted me to come work out. And luckily, I've been working out for 2 years, like, persistence and hard work. This body needs to get back.
Right.
Like, I couldn't end my career on that note. And I got to Arizona. I was there for a little bit, and I didn't play in a game. And then, the players that I came in for, they ended up getting healthy, so they released me. And that's when I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this week in and week out, going to try out for a team.
Yeah.
I just had my son.
Yeah.
Right. So that's really when I was like, yo, I'm done. So my son, I was like, okay, this is the next chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does it feel being a dad, bro? I mean,
it's amazing, man.
Yeah.
My son is 5 now. He just turned 5 in August. So he's a mini me.
Yeah.
Straight up. Like, just like me. And you get mad at him for certain things. You go, damn.
You gotta think about it, like, that's me.
That's me.
Right.
That's me. Like, so it's just, trying to improve on from what my dad was, and just trying to, because my dad didn't really have his dad in his life. He did have his stepfather in his life, but his biological father wasn't in his life. So it's just, my dad was excellent, though. And my mom and my dad still together to this day. And he was ideal father, coach, and he had his mistakes, he had his faults, but overall, he was a father to a lot of other kids, right? A lot of other kids in our community, and Coach Ward, so I'm just trying to improve on what he was for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You say being a father is one of the things that brings you joy nowadays.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's amazing. And just the lessons and certain things you teach them and things you don't teach them and they come back with is like, hey, where you get that from?
Right.
And these words, man, he's so smart, and the mannerisms is just like, man, it's amazing just seeing your child grow up.
I mean, you when you think about like do you have like a fraternity of fatherhood? Like when you on a team, like them your brothers, have you been able to find like a fatherhood circle where it's like, oh, them my dad brothers?
I mean, it's a lot of my ex-teammates. I wouldn't call them ex-teammates because we still teammates in life. Like you mentioned Omar and B. Marsh, and they all have kids. We talk all the time. Keeps leave. Like, we all got kids. Like at the reunion, there's a bunch of little kids running around. My college homies, they kids running around, and then you got, your kids interacting with each other. So it's a beautiful thing to see our little mini me's hang out and do certain things together and just learning from, hey, or if their kids are older than mine, hey, what's your son doing this? Or he 12, 10 now, what is he doing now? Like, what's it like, coaching them now, or just getting a little feedback and advice, and that's from that standpoint.
Yeah.
But now we definitely got a dad circle for sure. Like even some of the girl dads.
Yeah, right.
I'm not a girl dad, but my brother, he got 2 girls. So my sister, she has a daughter, and I have the only son right now.
Okay.
But my cousins, he has a bunch of boys. He got 3 boys, and my son's right in the middle of them. My son's right in the middle of my brother's 2 daughters. So, I mean, it's a lot of fellowshipping for fatherhood. Like, So it's dope, man. I really enjoy it.
Nah, it is a beautiful thing, man. That's one of the kind of like the joys of my life now too, right? Like when I look at my sons, so my sons are 10 and 11.
Okay, yeah.
And to your point, like you look at him and you're like, God, that's me.
You can't even blame
Yeah,
me.
You can't.
Yeah, I think it's also learning. Okay, I feel like this is one thing we talk about like as being parents now, right? And especially the generation we were raised in. Like our parents were a little stricter than we are, right?
Yeah.
They wanted to make sure we was on a straight and narrow because there was a lot of stuff going on, a lot of things that could have derailed you from your goals at that time. Like in the 80s, early 90s, man, a lot of us were still in the city, still living in the hood. Like, And, you know, a lot of us at some point in our lives moved to the suburbs, right? Or a form of the suburbs. And even the suburbs got rough. Like, damn, this ain't the suburbs.
right.
This the streets again. So they had to be strict on us. And you mentioned, like, my dad didn't really grow up with his dad in his household. So they were young, like, just figuring things out on the go, right? Whereas a lot of us, I feel, come from more of a two-parent household, or if we were fortunate enough, you know, had a stable one parent that really, you know, took charge of the household, whether it was the dad or our mothers. So we are a little bit more, we want to be cool and be a little soft parenting. And if we figuring out that shit don't work,
you gotta balance.
You gotta have a balance.
Yeah,
you definitely gotta have a balance. It's like, I'm not gonna spank him. With like, you gonna
need, you earned it.
You did.
Yeah.
But it's also like having them understand that you can talk to them in certain situations. There are ways to, like, okay, get this across without giving them the spankings or, you know, the long timeouts or whatever that case may be. But, you know, you got to take things from them that they love.
For sure.
And, you know, it's just finding, like you said, that balance. Because if you too nice, man, these kids will run all over you.
They will.
They will run. They just like an animal. They sense. They sense it. Like, oh, yeah, you soft. Especially my son.
So I got away with that.
Yeah.
They look back at you like, oh, okay, that's cool. They gonna take a while. Yeah, for sure.
That's a fact. And I think that don't matter what generation it is, it doesn't change in children. You know, it's
true.
You get a sense of something, you're gonna try to get a little more. You take a crumb, you're gonna try to take the whole cookie.
Yeah.
So
I think that's what our parents was like. Nah, you don't even get a sense of
crumb.
it. Yeah, nah.
Put it back.
Not at all. And we try to be a little bit more, you know, understanding and talk through it a little bit more now. Which is, you know, like you say, sometimes it works, sometimes. Nah, bro, I done told you just 3 times. Go on.
Yeah, and then you got everybody in your business these days.
Yeah.
Like, you got people that, from that, like, for example, I was outside the store one time, and my son had did something, and I'm disciplining him, and I got a stern voice, right? So I'm giving it to him, not like, you know, I don't cuss at my son, but I'm like, hey, that ain't cool, whoop-de-whoop. I had a lady come out the nail salon, like getting her feet done, stepped out the water. Hey, don't you talk to him like that. I had to look at her like,
who you talking?
You can't. Me?
Yeah.
She tried to reprimand me. I said, lady, if you don't get out my face and take your ass back in that nail salon, and then the technician had to come out and get her, like, lady, you crazy. If you don't get back in here and let me finish these feet.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, hold up, son. I'm going to have to get on her now.
Yeah, right.
She need to be reprimanded for this shit. Obviously, she ain't got no home training. So let me know. I'll be right back to you. I'll be back. Don't you trip. And I'm like, yo, it's just the nerve of people these days, like, to get in your business, especially about your own kids. And I said, that's why your kids is running around here with no damn sense and doing all this craziness, is because you worried about what I'm doing in my household. Take care of your household.
Right.
Don't worry about what I'm doing over here. And it's just, you know, it's this generation, man. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Man, that's wild. But it's funny.
Wow.
It's wild, but it's also like
it's like not unbelievable. I can see that shit happening for sure.
Yeah. And so talk about
Karen. Yeah, that's what we call them.
That's what we call them. Yeah, that's what. Yeah. So now, man, you into the podcasting, into the sports, the conversations around sports and conversations around life and topics, man. How do you feel like assessing the game, talking about the game, now that you're on the other side of it? Does it like bring back anything for you?
Yeah, it definitely, it brings back like the study aspect. Now I really got to study and watch these games to know what I'm talking about, because I hate to be wrong.
Yeah.
But another thing that I learned is doing this opinionated thing we do on these mics.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is fact, but a lot of it is opinionated. You're always going to be right, and you're always going to be wrong to somebody.
Yeah.
Like, I
That's
could
true.
be speaking nothing
That's
but
true.
facts about somebody, and then you got a fan of, oh, he don't know nothing about no football.
How?
Okay.
Yeah, right.
So you can't really take what you say and review it as like you will review a game performance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your game performance is like, okay, I made 10 tackles, I had 2 PBUs, I had a sack, I had 2 mental errors. I can grade that, bam. But you can't grade what you do on these mics by like fan review.
Yeah.
Or some other comments,
Right.
because you're talking about somebody's fan or somebody's team negatively.
They
don't care
personal.
what you say. It's like, oh, you ain't in favor of my team.
Yeah.
And it was a perfect example. What we did on the show the other day, it was like Detroit and Green Bay, they rivals. One week I was with Detroit, right? And Green Bay won. So Green Bay fans was killing me. The next week I went against Detroit, even though I had just picked them the week before, and they fan jumped on my head the next week. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I was just with y'all last week, and y'all let me down.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, you always gonna have the fan.
Yeah.
And they fanatics for a reason, because in their eyes, their team can do nothing wrong. Their players can do nothing wrong. If you say something bad about a player, you a hater. If you say something good about a player, you on his jock.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, bro, you just gotta be stern with your opinion and vocal, and just do what you do. So,
is there something that you think that all fans should understand about the game or about players that they probably just overlook?
I would say I wouldn't say overlook, but they just got to understand that it's a game and it's a critique of the game. Now, some personalities don't like certain players, right? But that also is a part of the play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's fan engagement. That's part of the circus per se.
Yeah,
like, hate it or love it.
Yeah.
You gonna comment.
Yeah.
You gonna get these analytics popping, right?
Sure.
So, it is what it is. Like, and fans are the easiest to get in the uproar because they so passionate. You say one little thing, especially about a popular player, and there goes your engagement.
Yeah.
It's up.
Right.
But it's all negative, but it's engagement.
But it's engagement.
That's the name of the game.
Right.
That's the name of the game. So, sometimes we do play off your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take it personal, but the critique is the critique. And for me, in the game of sports, my critique only has to do with what these players do on the field. And, sometimes it's fair. Maybe sometimes it's a little unfair, but it is a realistic, critique.
It's a process again. So y'all fans, get out your feelings.
Yeah, man.
When you're watching the shows, they're doing their job. And don't take it personal.
Yeah, don't take it personal. But if you do, you got something to say, leave it in the comments.
Leave it in the comments.
Leave it in the comments. That's all I ask.
Oh, man. Well, shoot. I appreciate you tapping in with us. Y'all heard it out there. Y'all might as well leave it in the comments here on the check-in as well.
Do the thing. We like, comment, subscribe.
Well, we gonna end the show the same way we always end it. I want you to do my dear black man statement. Now, before I have you look at that camera and finish off with the dear black man, he just said to do it. Subscribe, like, and share this episode as well as all the episodes in season 6 of the check-in. Where we are really just taking back our own narrative. We having real conversations with real people, and we're just able to share from our hearts and be vulnerable. TJ talked today about the game, life after the game, going through obstacles to overcome, parenting, fatherhood, all of that. So, man, make sure y'all share this. I'll share this episode out. And TJ, we appreciate you joining us today. Repeat after me and finish this statement right there in that camera. No, man. So I appreciate you. Look at that camera right there. Okay. Dear black man, take it away.
Dear black man, continue to be strong, be vulnerable, and continue to be great.
Straight like that, man. We appreciate y'all for checking in with us on the check-in with Black Menswear. Peace.